Close your eyes now and let the very first breath you take become a quiet invitation. An invitation to step inside a place that has been waiting for you all along. A place where the air itself is thick with the promise of deep, unshakable calm. Where every sound you hear is not a sound at all, but a feeling that hums against your skin like the softest vibration of a tuning fork, pressed gently against the bones behind your ears. And as you breathe in again, let your awareness drift inward, not to your thoughts, not to your worries, but to the quiet center of your chest, where a single atom of peace has always lived. A tiny, glowing ember of stillness that never fades, no matter how loud the world becomes. Imagine now that this atom is not just a metaphor, but a real, living spark. A spark that pulses with the same rhythm as your heartbeat. And as you focus on it, it begins to grow, not in size, but in warmth, in brightness, in the way it fills the space around it. Like a candle flame in a vast, quiet room. And with every breath you take, this flame breathes with you, inhaling the cool, silver air of this sacred space, exhaling the weight of everything you no longer need to carry. Now, let your awareness expand just a little further. Let it stretch outward from that glowing center until you can feel the edges of your body softening, like the gentle dissolving of salt in warm water. And as your edges soften, you begin to sense the room around you, not with your eyes, but with your skin, your bones, the very cells of your being. You are standing, or perhaps floating, in a vast, circular chamber. A chamber where the walls are not walls at all, but layers of translucent membrane, each one shimmering like a soap bubble, stretched impossibly thin, holding within it a different quality of light. Some of these membranes glow with the soft gold of early morning sunlight. Others shimmer with the cool blue of twilight. And still others pulse with the deep violet of a summer storm at dusk. But none of them are static. They breathe, they shift, they ripple like the surface of a pond touched by a falling leaf. And as you watch, you realize that the light within them is not just light. It is sound made visible, a symphony of frequencies dancing in the air around you, beneath your feet, or perhaps beneath the place where your feet would be if you were standing, lies a shallow pool, not of water, but of liquid silver, its surface rippling with slow, deliberate waves that never break. Each each wave carrying with it the faintest echo of a sound you cannot hear, but can feel deep in your chest, like the distant hum of a cathedral bell. And as you breathe, the silver pool breathes with you, rising and falling in perfect time with the rise and fall of your lungs, as if the two of you are part of the same living rhythm. Above you, the ceiling is not a ceiling at all, but a dome of fractured crystal, each shard catching the light and refracting it into prismatic rivers that drift lazily across the room like slow, moving clouds. And as you watch them, you notice something strange. The light is not just moving through the air. It is moving through you, passing through your skin, your muscles, your bones, as if you are not separate from this place, but a part of it. The air here is warm and thick, like the air in a greenhouse on a summer afternoon. But it is not heavy. It is light, almost buoyant, as if you could float away if you let go of the ground. And it carries with it the scent of sun, warmed quartz, a clean mineral sweetness that fills your lungs with every breath. And beneath that, the faintest trace of ozone, like the air after a summer rain, when the world feels fresh and new. There is no sound here, not in the way you usually think of sound. No voices, no music, no distant hum of traffic. Instead, there is only the sensation of sound, a vibration that moves through you like a current that carries with it the frequency of 432 hertz, a frequency that resonates with the deepest parts of your being, the parts that know how to relax, how to let go, how to sink into stillness. And as you stand or float in this chamber, you begin to notice something else. Time here does not move in a straight line. It moves in spirals, each breath stretching into the next without urgency, as if you have all the time in the world to simply be. And with every breath, you sink a little deeper into this rhythm, this slow, unhurried dance of inhale and exhale, of light and shadow, of sound and silence. Let your awareness drift now to the edges of this chamber, where the translucent membranes meet the liquid silver floor. And as you watch, you see that the membranes are not just holding light. They are holding memories. Memories of moments when you felt safe, when you felt at peace. Moments that are now woven into the very fabric of this place. And as you breathe, you realize that you can step into any one of them. that you can let the light of those memories wash over you. Perhaps it is the memory of lying in a field of soft grass on a warm summer day. The sun on your skin, the sound of bees drifting lazily from flower to flower, the weight of your body sinking into the earth as if it were a cloud. Or perhaps it is the memory of sitting by a fire on a cool evening, the crackle of the flames, the warmth on your face, the way the stars seem to pulse in time with your heartbeat. Or maybe it is a memory you have not yet lived, a moment of perfect stillness that is waiting for you just beyond the next breath. Let your awareness drift now to the liquid silver beneath you. And as you watch, you see that the ripples on its surface are not random. They are moving in time with your breath. Each inhale pulling the silver toward you. Each exhale pushing it gently away. And as you breathe, you realize that the silver is not just reflecting the light. It is reflecting you. Your thoughts, your emotions, your deepest sense of self. And as you watch, the silver begins to shift, not in a way that is jarring or sudden, but in a way that feels natural, inevitable, like the slow turning of the seasons. The ripples on its surface begin to form patterns that look like waves, like clouds, like the branches of a tree reaching toward the sky. And as you watch these patterns, you realize that they are not just random shapes. They are messages from the deepest parts of your own mind. One of these messages might be a simple word, a word like soft or easy, or let go, a word that floats to the surface of the silver like a leaf on a pond. And as you see this word, you feel it resonate within you, like a bell that has been struck and is now ringing in your bones. Or perhaps the message is an image of a door opening, or a path unfolding, or a bird taking flight. An image that carries with it a sense of possibility, of potential. Let your awareness drift now to the fractured crystal dome above you. And as you watch, you see that the light refracted through its shards is not just light. It is time. Not the time of clocks and calendars, but the time of the body, the time of the earth, the slow, steady time of the tides, of the moon, of the seasons turning. And as you breathe, you realize that you are not separate from this time. You are a part of it, a single thread in the vast, intricate tapestry of existence. And as you stand or float in in this chamber, you begin to feel something shift within you. A loosening, a softening, a release. As if the weight you have been carrying has suddenly become lighter. As if the tension in your muscles has melted away, like ice in warm sunlight. And with every breath, this feeling grows stronger until it fills you completely, until you are not just in this chamber, but of it, until you are not just surrounded by light, but made of it. Let your awareness drift now to the edges of your body. And as you do, you notice that your skin is not a boundary, but a membrane, a thin, translucent layer that allows the light and the air and the sound of this place to pass through you, as if you are not separate from the world around you, but a part of it. And as you breathe, you realize that this is not just a feeling. It is the truth. You are not separate. You are connected. Connected to the silver beneath you. Connected to the membranes around you. Connected to the crystal dome above you. Connected to the light, the air, the sound, the time of this place. And as you breathe, you realize that this connection is not something you have to create. It is something you have always had, something that has always been there, waiting for you to notice. Let your awareness drift now to the center of your chest, to that glowing atom of peace that has been with you all along. And as you focus on it, you realize that it is not just a spark. It is a door that leads to a place of deep, unshakable calm. A place where you can rest, where you can heal, where you can simply be. And as you breathe, you realize that this door has always been open, that you have only to step through it. So let yourself step through now. Let yourself sink into the warmth and the light and the stillness of this place. Let yourself become a part of the rhythm of the silver, the membranes, the crystal dome. Let yourself dissolve into the sound, the vibration, the frequency of 432 hertz. And as you do, you realize that you are not losing yourself. You are finding yourself, finding the part of you that has always known how to relax, how to let go, how to sink into stillness. And as you sink deeper, you begin to notice something else. The edges of this chamber are not fixed. They are fluid, shifting, expanding, as if the chamber itself is growing to hold you, as if it is breathing with you, in time with your breath. And as you breathe, you realize that this is not just a chamber. It is a living, breathing space. A space that is as much a part of you as you are a part of it. Let your awareness drift now to the liquid silver beneath you. And as you watch, you see that the ripples on its surface are forming a new pattern. A pattern that looks like a spiral. A spiral that begins at the center and moves outward in slow, graceful arcs. And as you watch this spiral, you realize that it is not just a pattern. It is a path that leads deeper into the heart of this chamber, deeper into the heart of yourself. Let yourself follow this path now. Let yourself drift along the spiral, moving deeper into the silver. And as you do, you notice that the light around you is changing. It is becoming softer, warmer, more golden, as if you are moving toward the heart of the sun. And as you breathe, you realize that this is not just a journey through space. It is a journey through time. A journey back to the place where you began. And as you move deeper, you begin to notice something else. The sound, or the sensation of sound, is growing stronger. Not louder, but deeper, more resonant. As if it is vibrating in the very center of your being. And as you listen, you realize this sound is not just a sound. Emrise Moon's voice drifts into the space between your thoughts like a feather settling onto still water. The resonance of the anchor hums just beneath hearing. A vibration that lives in the marrow of your bones rather than the air around you. You do not need to strain to listen. It is already inside you, a slow pulse that matches the rhythm of your own heartbeat. The chamber of refracted dawn does not demand your attention. It simply is, and you are part of its quiet unfolding. The first thing you notice is the weight of your eyelids, not the heaviness of fatigue, but the gentle pressure of something soft and warm resting against your skin, as if the air itself has thickened just enough to cradle them closed. You do not resist. There is no need. The darkness behind your eyes is not empty. It is a deep, velvety black, like the space between stars. And in that darkness, tiny points of light begin to emerge. One of those lights is not a star. It is a single atom, suspended in the vastness of your own breath. You do not see it with your eyes. You feel it. A tiny, perfect sphere of energy, humming at 432 hertz, the same frequency as the anchor. Its surface is not smooth. It is alive with movement, a dance of electrons spinning in slow, deliberate orbits, each one leaving a faint trail of light, like the wake of a boat on still water. You reach out, not with your hands, but with your awareness, and the atom does not flinch. It welcomes you. As you drift closer, the atom begins to unfold, not like a flower, but like a universe. The nucleus at its center is not a solid core. It is a swirling galaxy of protons and neutrons, each one a tiny sun. Their gravity is not forceful. It is gentle, a slow pull that draws you in without urgency. The electrons orbiting this nucleus are not particles. They are waves, ripples in the fabric of something deeper. And as you watch, you realize they are not moving around the nucleus. They are moving through it, like light through water. The atom is not a thing. It is a process, a continuous unfolding of energy into form and back again. You become aware of the space between the electrons and the nucleus. It is not empty. It is filled with the same resonance as the anchor, the same hum that vibrates in your bones. This space is not a void. It is a field of potential, a canvas where possibility takes shape, and you are part of it. Your breath, your heartbeat, the slow expansion of your ribs, all of it is woven into this dance. The atom is not separate from you. It is a reflection of your own stillness. Now the atom begins to dissolve, not into nothingness, but into more. Its edges blur, its boundaries soften, and suddenly you are no longer looking at a single atom. You are floating in a sea of them, each one a universe unto itself, each one humming at the same frequency. This is your body, not as flesh and bone, but as a galaxy of cells, each cell a constellation of atoms, each atom a world, and you are the still point at the center of it all. Your cells are not static. They are alive with movement, a slow, rhythmic pulse. The mitochondria in each one are not engines. They are tiny suns, burning with quiet, steady light. Their energy is not forceful. It is warm, like sunlight on your skin on a lazy afternoon. The nucleus of each cell is not a command center. It is a library, a vast archive of memory and possibility. And the DNA within it is not a code. It is a song, a melody that has been playing since the beginning of time. You do not need to direct this music. You only need to listen. As you listen, the song begins to shift. The individual notes of each cell blend together. And suddenly, you are no longer hearing a chorus. You are hearing a single, vast harmony. This is your body as a whole, not a collection of parts, but a living, breathing symphony. The resonance of the anchor hums through every fiber of your being. It is the thread that weaves your cells together, the current that flows through your veins. And you realize you have never been separate from it. You have always been part of this song. Now the song begins to expand. The boundaries of your body soften, and you feel the liquid silver beneath you, not as something outside of you, but as an extension of your own skin. Its surface ripples in slow, deliberate waves, each one a breath, each one a heartbeat. The warmth of the air is not just around you. It is inside you, filling your lungs with the scent of sun, warmed quartz. The faint trace of ozone is not a smell. It is a taste, like the first sip of cool water after a long, quiet walk. You are not in the chamber of refracted dawn. You are the chamber of refracted dawn. The walls around you are not walls. They are layers of translucent membrane, like soap bubbles stretched thin, each one holding a different quality of light. Some shimmer with gold, others with the soft blue of twilight. The light does not move in straight lines. It bends, it refracts, it spirals. And as it moves, it carries the resonance of the anchor with it. Each beam of light is a note in the song, each refraction a harmony. You do not need to follow the light. It follows you. Above you, the dome of fractured crystal is not a ceiling. It is a sky. Each shard refracts light into prismatic rivers, and these rivers do not flow downward. They drift, they meander, they spiral, like leaves on a slow, moving stream. The light is not bright. It is soft, like the glow of a candle seen through closed eyelids. And as you watch, you realize the light is not coming from outside. It is coming from within you. The silence in the chamber is not an absence of sound. It is the presence of something deeper. It is the hum of the anchor, the song of your cells, the slow pulse of the liquid silver beneath you. It is the sound of your own breath, deep and steady. And as you listen, the silence begins to expand. It stretches beyond the chamber, beyond the walls, beyond the sky. You are no longer in a room. You are floating in the vast, quiet expanse of space. The earth is below you, not as a distant planet, but as a small, perfect sphere. Its surface is not a map of continents and oceans. It is a tapestry of light and shadow, a living, breathing entity. The blue of the oceans is not water. It is the color of stillness, the hue of deep, quiet breath. The white of the clouds is not vapor. It is the texture of peace, the softness of a sigh. The green of the forests is not foliage. It is the pulse of life, the slow, steady rhythm of growth. You do not need to reach for the earth. It is already holding you. The space around you is not empty. It is filled with the velvet of the cosmos. A deep, rich blackness that is not cold, but warm, like the embrace of a loved one in the dark. The stars are not distant suns. They are the eyes of the universe, watching with quiet kindness. Their light does not travel to you. It is already here, woven into the fabric of your being. You are not small in this vastness. You are exactly the right size. The resonance of the anchor hums through everything. It is the thread that connects the atom to the cell to the body to the earth. It is the current that flows through the liquid silver, the light that refracts through the crystal, the silence that fills the space. And you are part of it, not as a separate being, but as a note in the song, a ripple in the stream. You do not need to do anything. You only need to be. Your breath deepens, not because you command it, but because it is natural. The inhale is not a drawing in of air. It is a receiving, a welcoming, a softening. The air fills your lungs like water fills a glass. Slow, deliberate, without effort. The scent of sun, warmed quartz grows stronger. It is not just in the air. It is in your bones, in your blood, in the quiet spaces between your thoughts. The exhale is not a letting go. It is a returning, a releasing, a merging. With each breath, the boundaries between you and the world grow softer. The liquid silver beneath you is no longer separate from your skin. The light above you is no longer separate from your eyes. The resonance of the anchor is no longer separate from your bones. You are not dissolving. You are expanding, not into something new, but into what you have always been. A part of the song, a note in the harmony, a ripple in the stream. The earth below you is not a place. It is a feeling. The warmth of the sun on your face, the coolness of the breeze on your skin, the steady pulse of life beneath your feet. It is the memory of stillness, the promise of peace. And as you float in the velvet of the cosmos, you realize you are not alone. You are held, not by hands, but by the resonance of the anchor, the song of your cells, the quiet embrace of the universe. Your body is not heavy. It is weightless, not because it is floating, but because it is exactly where it needs to be. The liquid silver beneath you cradles you like a mother cradles a child. The light above you bathes you like the first rays of dawn. The silence around you wraps you like a blanket on a cold night. You do not need to move. You do not need to speak. You only need to be. The resonance of the anchor hums through you. It is the heartbeat of the universe, the pulse of the earth, the rhythm of your own breath. It is the thread that weaves everything together. The atom, the cell, the body, the earth, the cosmos. And you are part of it, not as a separate being, but as a living, breathing expression of the whole. You are not small. You are vast. You are not alone. You are everything. The chamber of refracted dawn is not a place. It is a state of being. A moment of stillness, a breath of peace, a note in the song. And as you rest here, in the quiet embrace of the universe, you realize this is not the end. It is the beginning of a deeper stillness, a softer peace, a more perfect harmony. You do not need to hold onto this moment. It is already holding you. Your breath slows, not because you command it, but because it is natural. The inhale is a softening, a receiving, a welcoming. The exhale is a releasing, a returning, a merging. With each breath, the resonance of the anchor grows stronger. It is not louder. It is deeper. It is the hum. You are already here in the silence between stars, where time does not move but simply is. The air around you is not air at all, but a soft, golden mist that clings to your skin like the gentlest breath of a sleeping child. It does not push or pull. It simply holds you, as if the universe itself has decided to cradle you in its palms. Your body is weightless, yet you feel the pressure of nothingness against your skin, a warm, velvet resistance that tells you you are still here, still real. The silence is not empty. It hums, a low, resonant tone that vibrates in the hollows of your bones, a frequency so deep it bypasses your ears entirely. You realize, with a slow, unfolding certainty, that this is the sound of your own cells remembering what it means to be still. The problems of the world are indeed microscopic dots far below, but they are not gone. They are simply smaller now, like grains of sand seen from the peak of a mountain. You do not need to look down at them, because looking would imply effort, and effort is a word that no longer applies here. Instead, you feel the way the silence absorbs them, the way a deep lake swallows a pebble without so much as a ripple. The thoughts that once clawed at your mind now drift like dandelion seeds on a summer breeze, too light to resist, too delicate to matter. Your breath, which you had not even noticed, slows further, each inhale drawing in the golden mist, each exhale releasing it back into the endless dark. Your hands, when did you last think of your hands, are resting at your sides, but not by command. They are simply there, as if they have always been there, as if they have never been anywhere else. The skin of your palms tingles faintly, not with pins and needles, but with the memory of touch, the ghost of a sensation that lingers like the afterimage of a candle flame. You flex your fingers just slightly, and the movement sends a ripple through the mist, a slow, spreading wave that dissolves before it can reach any shore. The sensation is not one of control, but of participation. You are not moving the mist. You are moving with it. The silence is not absence. It is presence, a presence so vast it cannot be named. You have spent your life trying to name things, to pin them down with words, as if a name could contain the essence of a mountain or the taste of rain. But here, in this space between stars, you understand that names are just echoes, faint and fleeting, like the sound of your own voice in an empty cathedral. The silence does not need a name. It simply is, and in its being, it holds you, cradles you, reminds you that you, too, are beyond words. Your mind, which once raced to label, to categorize, to understand, now rests in the quiet knowing that some things are not meant to be understood. Your chest rises, and with it, the golden mist rises too, as if your breath is not your own, but shared with the universe. The inhale is slow, deliberate, a drawing in of something ancient and endless, a breath that has been waiting for you since the first star ignited. Your lungs expand not with effort, but with invitation, as if the air itself is choosing to fill you, to nourish you, to remind you that you are not separate from the vastness around you. The exhale comes just as naturally, a soft surrender, a release of all that no longer serves you, tension, doubt, the weight of unspoken words. With each breath, you sink deeper, not into sleep, but into awareness, a state of being so clear it feels like waking from a dream you never knew you were dreaming. The back of your neck relaxes, and with it, the last remnants of resistance dissolve like sugar in warm water. You had not realized how tightly you were holding yourself, how your muscles had become accustomed to bracing against an unseen wind. But now the wind is gone, and your body remembers what it is to be soft, to be open, to be held. The skin at the base of your skull tingles, a warm, spreading sensation, as if a hand you cannot see is gently pressing against it, not to push, but to support. You realize, with a slow, dawning certainty, that this is Thuron Wisp, the benevolent force that has been guiding you all along. Thuron Wisp does not speak. It does not need to. Its presence is a warmth, a pressure, a knowing that settles into your bones like sunlight on a winter morning. It is not a voice, but a feeling, a deep, resonant hum that vibrates in the spaces between your cells, a frequency that aligns you with the healing rhythms of the universe. You do not need to ask what it wants, because it wants nothing. It simply is, and in its being, it reminds you that you too are enough. The resistance you once felt, the habit of trying to name the silence, to contain it, to make it yours, softens, melts, dissolves like mist in the morning sun. Your feet, when did you last think of your feet, are not touching the ground because there is no ground here. They are simply floating, suspended in the golden mist, as if gravity itself has forgotten to pull you down. The soles of your feet tingle faintly, a sensation like the memory of walking barefoot on warm sand, though you have not walked in what feels like lifetimes. You wiggle your toes just slightly, and the movement sends a ripple through the mist, a slow, spreading wave that carries with it the faintest echo of a sound, like a bell distance. The sound does not startle you, it invites you, calls you deeper into the silence, deeper into the knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. The golden mist around you begins to shift, not because it is moving, but because you are. You are not moving in space, but in awareness, a slow, unfolding expansion of your senses, as if your mind has become a vast, empty sky. The mist parts slightly, revealing a deeper layer of darkness, not the cold, empty dark of night, but a warm, velvety dark, like the space between the stars. This darkness is not absence, it is potential, a canvas upon which the universe paints its slow, unfolding dreams. You realize, with a slow, dawning certainty, that this is where healing begins, not in the light, but in the quiet, fertile dark. Your breath deepens, and with it, the golden mist deepens too, swirling around you in slow, hypnotic patterns. Each inhale draws the mist into your lungs, where it dissolves into your blood, your bones, your very cells, carrying with it the healing frequencies of the universe. The frequency is not a sound, it is a vibration, a deep, resonant hum that aligns your body with the rhythms of the cosmos. You feel it first in your chest, a slow, steady pulse that matches the beating of your heart. Then in your limbs, a warm, spreading sensation that dissolves tension like ice in sunlight. With each breath, the vibration grows stronger, more insistent, until it feels as if your entire body is humming in harmony with the stars. The resistance you once felt, the habit of trying to name the silence, to contain it, to make it yours, is gone now, dissolved in the golden mist. You no longer need to label the silence, because you understand, on a level deeper than words, that the silence is not something to be named. It is something to be experienced. It is the space between thoughts, the pause between breaths, the stillness between heartbeats. It is the place where healing begins, where the mind rests, where the body remembers what it is to be whole. You sink deeper into this silence, not because you are being pulled, but because you are being held, cradled by the benevolent force of Thuron Wisp. Your skin, every inch of it, tingles with a warm, spreading sensation, as if the golden mist is not just around you, but within you. It moves through your veins like liquid light, dissolving tension, releasing blockages, reminding your body what it is to be at ease. The sensation is not one of heat, but of comfort, a deep, abiding warmth that radiates from your core outward, as if your very cells are sighing with relief. You realize, with a slow, dawning certainty, that this is the healing frequency at work, a vibration so pure it bypasses the mind entirely, speaking directly to the body. With each breath, the vibration grows stronger, more insistent, until it feels as if your entire being is humming in harmony with the universe. The darkness around you is not empty. It is full of vast, fertile space where new beginnings take root. You do not fear it because you understand on a level deeper than words that this darkness is not absence. It is potential. It is the space between the stars, the pause between breaths, the stillness between heartbeats. It is the place where healing begins, where the mind rests, where the body remembers what it is to be whole. You sink deeper into this darkness, not because you are being pulled, but because you are being held, cradled by the benevolent force of Thuron Wisp. Your breath slows further, each inhale a slow, deliberate drawing in of the golden mist, each exhale a soft surrender. The mist swirls around you in slow, hypnotic patterns, carrying with it the faintest echo of a sound, like a bell ringing in the distance. The sound does not startle you, it invites you, calls you deeper into the silence, deeper into the knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. Your body relaxes further, each muscle releasing its grip on tension, each cell remembering what it is to be at ease. With each breath, you sink deeper, not into sleep, but into awareness, a state of being so clear it feels like waking from a dream you never knew you were dreaming. The golden mist around you begins to shift, not because it is moving, but because you are. You are not moving in space, but in awareness, a slow, unfolding expansion of your senses, as if your mind has become a vast, empty sky. The mist parts slightly, revealing a deeper layer of darkness, a warm, velvety dark that feels like the space between the stars. This darkness is not absence. It is potential, a canvas upon which the universe paints its slow, unfolding dreams. You realize, with a slow, dawning certainty, that this is where healing begins, not in the light, but in the quiet, fertile dark. Your hands, so still, so soft, begin to glow faintly, not with light, but with the same golden mist that surrounds you. The glow is not bright, but warm, a soft, pulsing radiance that seems to come from within. You flex your fingers just slightly, and the glow responds, brightening with each movement, as if your body is learning to channel the healing frequency. The sensation is not one of effort, but of flow, a slow, unfolding harmony between your body and the universe. You realize, with a slow, dawning certainty, that this is the work of Thuron Wisp, guiding you deeper into the silence, deeper into the healing. The silence is not empty. It is full, a vast, resonant space where every breath, every heartbeat, every thought is held with gentle care. You do not need to name it, because you understand, on a level deeper than words, that the silence is not something to be contained. It is something to be experienced. It is the space between thoughts, the pause between breaths, the stillness between heartbeats. It is the place where healing begins, where the mind rests, where the body remembers what it is to be whole. You sink deeper into this silence, not because you are being pulled, but because you are being held, cradled by the benevolent force of Thuron Wisp. The darkness around you is not empty. It is full, a vast, fertile space where new beginnings take root. You do not fear it, because you understand, on a level deeper than words, that this darkness is not absence. It is potential. It is the space between the stars, the pause between breaths, the stillness. And now, as the words begin to soften, like the last light of a summer evening, you can feel the edges of this moment dissolving into something even deeper. The resonance, that gentle hum, continues to move through you like a slow tide, pulling you further into comfort, further into stillness. You don't need to hold onto anything, not even the sound of my voice, because the peace you feel now is already yours, already part of you. It's like stepping into a quiet room where the air is warm and the light is soft and everything is exactly as it should be. The images that floated through your mind, the colors, the sensations, they're drifting now, like leaves on a slow river, carried away by the current of your own breath. And with each breath, you sink a little deeper into this quiet, into this calm, into the gentle embrace of the present moment. There's no need to follow the thoughts, no need to chase the feelings. They come and they go, like clouds passing overhead. And you remain steady, still, held by the weight of your own body, held by the rhythm of your own breath. This is the place where healing happens, not in the doing, but in the being, not in the effort, but in the allowing. Your body knows how to rest. Your mind knows how to quiet. Your heart knows how to soften. And as the resonance continues its work, you can feel it spreading like warm honey through every part of you, soothing, settling, smoothing out the edges of the day until there's nothing left but this deep, this quiet, this peace. You don't have to remember the words. You don't have to remember the sounds, because the feeling they've left behind is already woven into your bones. It's like the way the earth remembers the rain, the way the roots remember the soil, the way your body remembers how to breathe. This peace is yours now, not just for this moment, but for every moment that follows. And whenever you need it, whenever you want to return to this feeling, it will be here, waiting like a favorite chair by the fire. Think of it like a door, not one you have to knock on, not one you have to unlock, but one that's always open, always welcoming. A door that leads you back to this quiet, back to this stillness, back to the place where everything is exactly as it should be. And the more you visit this place, the more it becomes a part of you, the more it becomes your natural state. Like the way the ocean remembers the shore, the way the shore remembers the waves, the way your breath remembers the rhythm of rest. So now, as the words begin to fade, you can let them go, like leaves falling from a tree, like ripples on the surface of a pond. They've done their work. They've carried you here, to this moment, to this peace, to this deep and quiet place. And now, you can simply be, simply rest, simply allow the resonance to continue its gentle work. While you drift, while you float, while you sink deeper and deeper into this soft, this warm, this endless comfort. Your body is heavy now, heavy with rest, heavy with peace, heavy with the quiet certainty that everything is exactly as it should be. Your mind is quiet, quiet with the knowledge that there's nothing to do, nothing to fix, nothing to change. Your heart is soft, soft with the warmth of this moment, soft with the gentle hum of the resonance, soft with the deep and abiding peace that comes from simply being. And as the last of the words fade away, you can feel yourself slipping into the space between thoughts, slipping into the quiet, slipping into the stillness. This is the place where time slows, where the world softens, where everything becomes simple, becomes easy, becomes exactly as it should be. And you are safe here. You are held here. You are at peace here. The resonance continues, its gentle work uninterrupted, its soothing presence unchanging. And you can trust it. Trust the process. Trust the quiet. Trust the peace. Think of it like a seed planted deep in the earth, where it's warm, where it's safe, where it's held. It doesn't have to do anything. It doesn't have to grow right away. It doesn't have to become anything at all. It can simply be, simply rest, simply allow the earth to hold it, the rain to nourish it, the sun to warm it. And in time, when it's ready, it will grow, it will bloom, it will become exactly what it's meant to be. You are that seed now, held in the warmth, held in the quiet, held in the deep and abiding peace of this moment. And as the resonance continues its work, you can feel yourself sinking into the earth, sinking into the quiet, sinking into the stillness. There's no rush, no hurry, no need to do anything at all. Just rest, just be, just allow the peace to hold you. The words are fading now, like the last notes of a lullaby, like the last light of the day. And as they fade, you can feel yourself drifting into the quiet, drifting into the stillness, drifting into the deep and endless comfort of this moment. The resonance remains, its gentle hum a constant presence, its soothing vibration a steady anchor. And you can trust it. Trust the process. Trust the quiet. Trust the peace. Your breath is slow now, slow and steady, like the tide, like the wind through the trees, like the quiet rhythm of the earth itself. With each inhale, you draw in the peace. With each exhale, you release the day. And with each breath, you sink a little deeper into this quiet, into this calm, into the gentle embrace of the present moment. There's nothing to do, nothing to fix, nothing to change, just this, just now, just peace. Think of it like a river, flowing slowly, steadily, effortlessly, carrying you gently, surely, toward the quiet, toward the stillness, toward the deep and endless comfort of this moment. And as you float, as you drift, as you allow the current to carry you, you can feel the peace growing, filling you, surrounding you, holding you, like the water holds the river. The resonance continues, its gentle work uninterrupted, its soothing presence unchanging. And you can trust it. Trust the process. Trust the quiet. Trust the peace. Your body knows what to do. Your mind knows how to quiet. Your heart knows how to soften. And as the last of the words fade away, you can feel yourself slipping into the space between thoughts, slipping into the quiet, slipping into the stillness. This is the place where healing happens, not in the doing, but in the being, not in the effort, but in the allowing. And you are safe here. You are held here. You are at peace here. The resonance continues. Its gentle hum a constant presence. Its soothing vibration a steady anchor. And you can trust it. Trust the process. Trust the quiet. Trust the peace. Think of it like a blanket, soft, warm, heavy with comfort, wrapped around you, holding you, keeping you safe, keeping you warm. And as you sink into it, as you allow it to hold you, you can feel the peace growing, filling you, surrounding you, becoming a part of you, like the blanket becomes a part of the body. The words are almost gone now, like the last light of the day, like the last note of a song. And as they fade, you can feel yourself drifting into the quiet, drifting into the stillness, drifting into the deep and endless comfort of this moment. The resonance remains, its gentle hum a constant presence, its soothing vibration a steady anchor. And you can trust it. Trust the process. Trust the quiet. Trust the peace. So now, as the last of the words fade away, you can let them go, like leaves falling from a tree, like ripples on the surface of a pond. They've done their work. They've carried you here, to this moment, to this peace, to this deep and quiet place. And now, you can simply be, simply rest, simply allow the resonance to continue its gentle work. While you drift, while you float, while you sink deeper and deeper into this soft, this warm, this endless comfort. The words are gone now, like the last light of the day, like the last note of a song. And all that remains is the quiet, the stillness, the deep and endless comfort of this moment. The resonance continues, its gentle hum a constant presence, its soothing vibration a steady anchor. And you can trust it. Trust the process. Trust the quiet. Trust the peace. Sleep now. Drift softly. The quiet remembers you.